YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So today I am building in Forgotten Hollow, and this is a place I don't think I've really done much building in this world. So it's stepping a little out of my building comfort zone. I usually don't do very many Victorian style houses like this, so definitely stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit. But I think sometimes it's good to step out of your comfort zone. You're not going to grow if you don't do that. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. The idea for this house is one of the Victorian homes, but kind of a story behind it. There was a female vampire who used to live here, and this was her home at the time, which she later died through, I don't know, whichever way you want your vampire to die. Maybe she stayed out tanning too long or something. But either way, she died, and this house, this home that she used to live in, became this sort of restaurant hotel type thing. And that's kind of the story I have behind this. This is a fully functional restaurant, but it also has upstairs with bedrooms. All the bedrooms have coffins in them, though, because this is Forgotten Hollow. It's kind of the vampire town, so gotta stick with that. But they all have places to sleep. There's bathrooms. There's all really kinds of fun stuff in this build. And like I said, it was definitely stepping out of my comfort zone here. So was definitely a fun challenge to do. Speaking of challenges, I do have a shell challenge, a shell build challenge. I'll leave the link for that video up above, but it is in honor of Autism Awareness Month. So make sure you check that video out and download my shell from the gallery. I really excited to see what other people have built. We've already had a couple submissions for this shell challenge, and those submissions are really good. I've looked at both builds already, and both of those builds are just they're fantastic. So but I know there's still a bunch of creative builders out there, and I do want to see what other people, can think of and build with this shell challenge. So definitely check that out. I also am doing a fundraiser for Organization for Autism Research. I will leave their website down below, as well as a link to my fundraiser for them. Guys, they're a really great organization. They were rated #2 by Charity Navigator. So they definitely know what they're doing. They're definitely trying to do the right thing with it. I know sometimes some charity organizations maybe aren't always doing the best thing with the money they get, but I really think they are. So I'm really happy to support them. Again, I'll leave a link for that fundraiser down below. Please consider checking that out and donating. But on to this build, I'm working on the outside right now, and I kind of do a few different things here. I use the debug fences, and I debated adding a gate, but I didn't want to take too much focus away from the front of the house. So, but I definitely do use those debug fences a lot, and I think it ends up coming out pretty cute. Well, cute. It comes out looking kind of scary and gothic, but it's a good vibe for what we're going for. I did put that kind of corner piece there just because I couldn't figure out what else to do with that odd section of the fence there. So I'm going through the plants now, just kind of trying to decide what I wanted to put in the front here, and I finally decided on these two angels. And if I'm not mistaken, I go back and change them to kind of a lighter color because I didn't want this to be a overly dark and scary build. But and I end up putting a plasma fruit tree there. Now this is a restaurant, but the only thing on the menu is plasma fruit and the Plasma Jane, I think it's called, whatever the little drink is. And reason why is this is a very vampire focused build. So obviously what would be on the menu except, plasma fruit. I guess obviously it could do a little darker and the vampires could drink your blood. But this isn't that kind of restaurant. This is a vegan vampire restaurant, I suppose. But my thought process there is they get the plasma fruit that they use for their meals from that tree. Of course, obviously that's just, a little made up story that I'm going with for it. Obviously they can't actually do that. But yeah, I am almost done with the outside of the house. And like I said, I usually don't build Victorian Gothic style homes. So looking back on it, there's definitely some things I could have done differently. But at the same time, I think it came out all right for what it what it was supposed to be. Fixing my little roof piece now because it cut in, and here I am about to start on the inside. So the inside downstairs part is kind of the main restaurant. I tried to do kind of like an open ceiling from the second floor down to have like one of those large lights, but I couldn't get it to look like I wanted it to look. So scrapped that idea, but it ends up working out because we could do some fun things upstairs later. Very I don't want to say traditional, but very Victorian-esque type house. A lot of rooms that are slowly connected. I didn't use archways. Instead, I used the or not boulders. Oh my gosh, why am I trying to call them boulders? Columns and that to kind of make it. And here I am. I placed an actual vampire urn from the debug menu. So my thought process being, this house used to belong to this female vampire. Well, there she is. Obviously, your own story can, be made for this, but that was kind of my thought process. Building this is, for whatever reason, she was a very well respected vampire, I guess. I don't know how to say that, but for whatever reason, she was very well respected, very, I guess, well known. So after her demise, be whatever that demise was, her home became this kind of show restaurant, and they have her urn right there in the front. I guess talking about it now, it's a little bit creepy, but not it wasn't creepy at all when I thought about it to build. So oh gosh. So Easter had just happened for us, and I gotta tell you what my kids did on Easter this year. So, of course, the Easter Bunny came like a good Easter Bunny does the night before Easter, because, of course. And I was just getting finished up with everything and getting ready to go to bed, and my oldest daughter wakes up, and she's almost 7, and of course she sees where the Easter bunny had come. So she's excited, try to get her to go back to bed, but it's too late. She's already too excited. We're past the point of her going back to bed. But she ends up waking up her other two siblings, my 5-year-old and my 3-year-old. So they were up since midnight because Easter Bunny came. There's candy and eggs and everything everywhere. And when the Easter Bunny visits us, the Easter Bunny typically um, leaves a little bit less on the candy side, but a little more on the outdoor toys side. So the Easter Bunny brought chalk and frisbees and water guns and stuff to go play outside with, because it's getting to be about that time of year where you want your kids outside. I know I definitely want my kids outside. They've been inside too long. It's time for them to go get out. But so they were really excited with all this stuff, and they just could not go back to sleep. So come Easter Day, these poor kids have been up since midnight, and of course, normal Easter festivities, start around 1, 2 o'clock for us. So they're exhausted for the egg hunts with family and stuff like that, and they were just cranky all day. But they were going on a very steady stream of sugar, I guess I should say. So Easter was eventful for us, and then I got a little cold right after Easter. I started getting a little cold, and I think I know this isn't a common side effect, but I really kind of think it was from my Moderna vaccine. Not, I didn't have fever, vomiting, or stuff like that. It's just sinuses, and it didn't start until after I got that vaccine, which of course could be completely coincidental. I'm not, saying anything bad about the vaccine or anything like that. Please don't take it that way. But it's just one of those things that stops and makes you think, the shot probably triggers an immune response, and sinuses can be, part of that. So, but anyway, I kept waking up and just could not breathe. So I was down for a day or two, which is why there was a day or so where I didn't have anything posted, because I needed some downtime for a minute. But okay, what are we doing now? Okay, I'm working on the upstairs kitchen area right now because, like I said, this is a restaurant, so it had to have the chef station and the waiter station. And I did play test this because I was very concerned about the chefs and the waiters and waitresses going up and down those stairs, if they would actually be able to do it, or if it would cause the game to kind of mess up a little bit. Not that anything theoretically should, but you never know with the Sims games. It can be kind of weird with what glitches sometimes, but I did play test this. It completely works. This area of the house is maybe a little more dingy than the other areas. Just kind of adding to that feel of used to be a vampire house. I kept the wood paneling, and there's some cobwebs and stuff like that all over the walls. So, not necessarily as nice as the bottom parts of the house, but it's functional. It does what it needs to do, and I'm working on floor planning the second floor right now. Yes, the second floor. So upstairs there is the bathroom, the bedroom, and I didn't know this at the time, but that middle section would become like a little dance area. I miss slow dancing in The Sims. I remember, I forget, was it Sims 3 that your Sims could slow dance? I think it was Sims 3 where your Sims could slow dance with another Sim, and obviously it was a romantic interaction, obviously, but I kind of miss that. I miss those type of dances. I kind of wish we would get like a ballroom dance pack, or at least get slow dancing back or something like that, because I think that would have fit the aesthetic here a lot better. I mean, obviously there's still a dance floor, your Sims can still dance, it's absolutely fine, but I don't know, I'd kind of think of this as like a ballroom dance type thing. Working on the bathrooms right now. So the bathroom I end up dividing into two little bathrooms because I wanted to use those Victorian toilets, but at the same time, with it being a restaurant build, I obviously need more than one. And I included a kind of Victorian shower area because, like I said, I wanted this to function as kind of a restaurant hotel. So in theory, your sim could come here and stay here for a day or two, and they'd have their food cooked for them. They'd have a place to sleep, a place to bathe, stuff like that. They could dance and practice their mixology skill, I believe. I think you can do that in a restaurant. I did put a bar down below, but I don't know if there'll be an actual bartender there. You could work on your dancing skill, piano skill, just different stuff like that. So kind of a vacation lot, but it's not a vacation lot. It's a hotel. um, Here I am working on the kind of dance room area. I wish we would have gotten some more pictures of people, because I find myself using almost the same exact pictures of people throughout the whole build, which obviously with this there's only so many Victorian, pictures of people here, but it just it makes you wonder. I wish there would have been a little bit more variety, but at the same time I guess there's always going to be a want for variety. This room is meant to be a replica, or not a replica. This room is meant to be the vampire who passed away here, her bedroom. What was her bedroom when she was still alive, or alive, as alive as a vampire can get. Which, given that there's a picture of her with another gentleman vampire, I guess I should say, that's kind of their bedroom. I imagine they were married. I'm going in and just editing the outfits for the people who work at the restaurant. So the waiters, the hosts, the cooks, stuff like that, because I wanted to make sure that they had an aesthetic that fit the restaurant. So when they go here, these Sims who are waiting on you and hosting you and stuff like that, they're going to be dressed in the clothes that came from this pack. So it all really kind of works and fits together really well. And here I am working on the menu. Like I said, the only thing on there is the plasma fruit salad and the plasma Jane because, But this is the build, and I'm a little bit proud of this build because this is definitely a build that is very much out of my comfort zone. Not something I would typically build, but it was fun to do. Like I said, I do wish we would have had a little more variety with the pictures because I do think the pictures on the wall gets a little repetitive, but at the same time, you got to work with what you got. And like I said, your Sims can come here and just sleep, and they can be, spend some time in a vampire hotel. If I'm not mistaken, even normal Sims can sleep in a coffin. They just get a little weird moodlet afterwards. So But, for an adventurous sim, this might be fun, or, just a vampire passing through town. But this was a really fun build, and I really enjoyed doing this. I may do something, I don't know, not like this, but similar in the aspect of stepping out of my comfort zone more often, because I really liked the results. But that is it for this video. Don't forget to check out my Autism Awareness Shell Challenge as well as my fundraiser for Organization for Autism Research. I will link them down below and up above, and I will see you on the next video. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe because it really does help us out. See you tomorrow. Bye.